I personally have issues with voluntary assisted dying. It's not something I would choose for myself. We live in a part of Australia that does things differently on all fronts, on a lot of fronts, and how we approach this has to be uniquely Territorian. I think it would have a profound impact. I don't think we're ready. Maybe we'll never be ready in the Territory. Aboriginal people have reluctance around accessing health services for anything. Even having babies, young women hate coming to Alice Springs generally to have babies if they're from remote communities. They're scared, it's overwhelming, and this hasn't changed. I've been here for over 30 years and initially to work in the hospital, and it hasn't changed. The people abscond from hospital or leave hospital prematurely every day. It's a massive problem. So if you're bringing in voluntary assisted dying, there's going to be all sorts of confusion around how does that fit with palliative care. If I go to palliative care, is that a part of the voluntary assisted dying system? There's the education that will be required to make this truly accessible, particularly to Aboriginal people, is huge and probably unrealistic. Looking like a model that they have in Queensland, it would have to cost, my guess, $10 million a year to service initially what would only be a handful of people, 6 to 20 people a year at the very most for the first couple of years. So it's an incredible cost and impost on the Territory taxpayers to set this up. And that has to be taken into account too. The Northern Territory is massive geographically, of course. We have a tiny population. Delivering any sort of health service in the Northern Territory comes with its challenges in terms of accessibility and sensitivity and down to the logistics of finding suitable staff. So rolling out voluntary assisted dying in the Territory, I dare say, will be the most challenging out of all the jurisdictions. We struggle to get basic professional people here to carry out nursing and teaching and policing and all those frontline services. I've looked at the model that they have in Queensland fairly closely, and they have a board of high-level experts sitting in Queensland providing expert information, advice and guidance and oversight of VAD in Queensland, and they have a team of highly skilled professional people. I don't know that we will be able to do that in the Northern Territory. I think that we've got a bit of an unimpressive track record in recent times around how we've rolled out other things, not health services. The best example of that is ICAC, the Independent Commission Against Corruption. I think we've failed miserably to roll out that in the Northern Territory due to conflicts of interest and a lack of expertise and knowledge. And I think that the Northern Territory could very easily fall into a position where we are completely out of our depth and not able to provide the service that people should get, that they get possibly elsewhere, with the level of sensitivity and the expertise required. Setting up our own specialist VAD services in the Territory is fraught with disaster. It will be a disaster. It won't, I don't think it will work. I think we just need to take it at our own pace.